I've been loving the goddess Bhuvaneswari lately. She's the goddess whose body is the world. There's a great story about her that starts with Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are all arguing about who's more important. Brahma, right, he's the creator. He makes everything. Vishnu, nothing could keep going if it wasn't for Vishnu. He maintains the world. And then, of course, we need Shiva as the god of destruction to wipe away what's no longer necessary so that Brahma can create even more. And so the three of them are hashing it out, and they're starting to get more and more animated and angry at each other. And just as the argument reaches this peak, they're just hurling words at each other and getting really, really fired up. All of a sudden, right before them, appears Bhuvaneswari. And she's so gorgeous. In fact, she's so gorgeous that Shiva has to make himself a new eye just so he can see her in all her beauty. And that's important too, that it's his third eye, because that's the one that sees beyond outer form. So he has to make this third eye so that he can see inside this goddess, to see all the beauty that radiates out from the inside. So Bhuvaneswari shows up so beautiful in all her stunning glory, and she says to the three of them, "Come on, you three knuckleheads, come with me." Well, maybe she didn't say it like that, but she says, "Come with me." And she takes them to her kingdom, to her abode. And as they peer through the clouds into Bhuvaneswari's abode, and they see her being waited upon by the three of themselves, who are all dressed up as three little handmaidens. So I like that story for a couple of reasons. One, because it's just cute to think of the three of them as handmaidens. But it's also a nice reminder that, hey, you're not the center of the universe. Like, if you think you know everything, step back a little bit and, really we just know a little fingernail. Like, you think you know someone. You can know someone's inner world, someone's heart, someone's mind. You really can't. So don't assume things. So Bhuvaneswari, she's the goddess of spaciousness. She's almost like, she's like when you look up into the sky at night, into the dark night cosmic sky, and you see twinkles of stars, that whole thing and even beyond that, that's Bhuvaneswari. But she's also like a black hole. She's this infinite darkness too. So you can use Bhuvaneswari when you have thoughts that are really stressful, things that you're feeling anxiety or you're feeling fear. It's helpful to just open up some space around that. Bhuvaneswari, and you're Bhuvaneswari, by the way, she's the one that's willing. She's so vast. She's just immeasurable. She's like the great cosmic universe itself, which is continually expanding outward and expanding outward, that she can just swallow up that fear. She can take that anxiety, she can take it and just bring it into herself and transform it. So you can imagine all of those feelings, whatever the sharp feelings are, the tough feelings, you can sit and imagine that vast blackness of the night sky with all of its shimmering stars. And you just offer up that pain, you offer up that fear, and let it kind of go off into that dark night sky until it dissolves. And you keep doing that until you start to feel more and more spacious. She's a good way to work with Bhuvaneswari is to see the space around things. Like, you can look at your hand and you just notice the space around it. You can look at a person and notice the space around them, to start seeing things in a more expansive way instead of such a myopic way where we just kind of focus so intently on whatever the one thing is that's wrong. Bhuvaneswari encourages us to step back and kind of just go, whoa, at the whole big picture of it. Look up at the sky tonight. Look up at the twinkling stars. And remember that those stars, the whole universe, how is it born? Why are you here? Because a star exploded, right? Because a star fell in upon itself, it collapsed. And now you are made of that stardust. So Bhuvaneswari gives you that kind of whoa feeling when you realize, holy cow, I'm made of the same stuff that the stars are made of. Like, the nitrogen that's in my blood is in the stars, right? And the carbon that's in my body is in the stars, right? All of that is in me. So when you back up and look at it like that, maybe those fears and those problems might get a little bit smaller with some space around them. Namaste.